going.
Hey gang, Tony here for another video. This one's going to be a little more upbeat, I hope. As I said, if you watched my previous video, if you didn't watch my previous video, go ahead and go check that out. I talk a little about the new YouTube rules regarding ads. I talk a little about my the state of the union of my channel here, the state of the channel, to see what I'm going to be doing in the future with it. And this video is sort of my first step into that realm, perhaps. I don't know. Oh, I also did talk about Killer Clowns. The shop is coming back, guys, and this will be the first thing back in the shop, or the Killer Clowns. So go check out the other video if you didn't see it. I'll put a link, a little channel link. You like those links? Make things easy, don't they? So a little clicky. This video is kind of like a little bit of discussion video. If I was doing this correctly, it would be live, I think, because I feel like there should be a little bit of a back and forth when we talk about this one. Binge-watching TV shows. It's something that's been going on now for a while. It's hard to get away from, honestly, because everything is available. There's so much available. We have Netflix and Hulu and even YouTube and Amazon Prime and, you know, HBO Go and whatever else. And we have all these outlets with video and new shows coming out. I mean, Stranger Things pops up, Black Mirror pops up, and we're like, oh man, I can't wait to watch this, and we just dive in head first. And we binge it, right? We watch them all at one sitting. Maybe not, maybe 2 sittings, maybe 3 sittings. That's not so bad, right? Now, I'm not going to get down on you guys. I'm not saying that you're doing it wrong, but you're doing it wrong. And this is where the conversation should have been taking place, right? This is where it would have been nice to have a little back and forth. But the binge-watching thing worries me a little bit. And I started thinking about it a few nights ago, because I finally decided to pop on Black Mirror. And for those of you who don't know, Black Mirror is kind of like I think the common description of it is it's a digital age Twilight Zone. It's an anthology show where from episode to episode there is no real connection, except sometimes thematically. So I watched the first episode of the 4th season, and I was digging it. You know, no spoilers or anything. I'm not going to talk about or review the show right now. I might do that in a separate video. But I finished the first video, and then like automatically I went to put on the second video, right? Or the second episode. Because that's what we do. We're watching TV. Keep watching. And I stopped myself. I said, wait, do I really want to watch the second episode of Black Mirror? And of course, immediately I said, yes, I do. I want to watch the second minute. But then I said, no, wait. Hold up. Maybe not. Maybe let's save it for tomorrow or the next day. And my reasoning behind this, and I think it's most obvious with a show like Black Mirror. There are obviously other shows that it's not going to be quite as obvious with. But with Black Mirror, I want some time to contemplate the episode. And I think that's what we're missing when we binge watch. I was asking my students, this actually came up in one of my classes, which is what got me thinking about it and made me want to make a video about it. We were talking about reading, of course, and analytical thought and synthesis of ideas and basically deep thinking, not surface level thinking, but the deeper contemplation that we do, and that I feel like we're missing more and more with. And again, I'm not a Luddite. I'm not going to badmouth technology. I love technology. I play video games and make videos on YouTube and sell stuff on the internet. And watch Netflix and whatnot. So I love all this stuff. But I do think that technology has made it easier for us to not think about stuff as deeply as we used to, right? For those of you who are old enough, now some of you might not be old enough to even remember this, but, you know, when I used to watch TV, we had to wait week to week for episodes to appear, and we still do for some stuff if you watch things on cable, I guess, so hopefully everyone's at least aware of this. In the time that we were waiting for the next episode, what did you do? You talked about it. You thought about it. You know, especially shows like Lost. If you guys were watching Lost when it was actually on the air, you would watch an episode and there would, of course, be some kind of crazy cliffhanger and some kind of new information about the smoke monster. Oh, my God. And you talk to people about it, and you go on online forums and you discuss possible theories about it, and you go to school or you go to your job and you talk to your friends about it, and you say, oh, man, did you see that? What'd you think of this? What'd you think of the other thing? And you would contemplate and analyze and think about it and discuss it. And now, like, years later, when you think back to a show like Lost, you probably remember it pretty well. Right? Because you had that time to think about it. You had that time to discuss it. You had that time to analyze it. With shows now, and this is one of the first things that, like, I think about with binge watching, you don't remember them as well. Maybe you remember you watched it. I hope you remember at least that much. But, like, the details about the show, what happened exactly, you might not even remember from season to season. You watch, like, say, season 1 of a show. Stranger Things is probably a bad example because I'm sure people have rewatched it and watched it a lot and talked about it a lot because it's a great show. But other things, you know, you might watch a season of it and then you have to wait a year for the next season. The next season pops up and you binge watch that first season. You get to the second season, you can't even remember how the first season ended. You can't even remember what happened, really. You have to watch recaps. You have to rewatch the first season to remember what was going on. I think that's the first kind of warning sign that we're not thinking deeply enough about the stuff that we watch and maybe even read. I don't know if it goes that far yet. Maybe the surface level reading that we do on the internet, perhaps. Probably not stuff that we read like books. Is this a problem? And this is more of the discussion part, you know, why I wish I did this live or with a panel or something for, you know, Google, whatever the fuck, I don't even know. But, you know, you guys could sound off in the discussion comments down there. Is this a problem? Is this, am I thinking too much about this? I feel like, you know, we're missing an element of entertainment. And, you know, sure, there's cotton candy shows. I call them the cotton candy shows, the ones that have no real depth, that you don't really need to think about, that are pure entertainment, you know, with nothing really there to dig out. But for the most part, even cotton candy has a little substance to it, right? Doesn't it deserve that? I don't know. I think we're missing something. You know, and this is not nostalgia-based stuff. Oh, I miss video stores, and I miss having to go and rent tapes, and I miss watching TV on TV. I do miss all those things. But it's beyond that. It's more about the intellectual part of it. It's more about like what we might be missing when we don't have time to talk about stuff. Beyond like, oh wow, did you see that? That was crazy, huh? I can't wait for the next one. Let's watch the next one. I think we're missing something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Maybe we'll explore this a little deeper in another video. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was a little different, but hopefully entertaining in some way. And if you like this kind of stuff, this kind of content, we'll keep it going. I'll do some more discussion stuff. Breathe deep in the night. Talk to you all soon.